वेलकम बैक नाज़रीन। हम बात कर रहे हैं योहान कॉस से जो 4 दफ़ा ओलंपिक गोल्ड मेडल जीत चुके हैं। टाइम मैगजीन इन्हें दुनिया के 100 फ्यूचर लीडर्स में शुमार करता है और राइट टू प्ले के प्रेसिडेंट और चीफ एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑफिसर हैं। Mr. Johan Kos, before going for the break, you also talked about partnerships and institutional linkages. What kind of these partnerships you are looking for here in Pakistan?
Well, we work primarily with the educational institutions, so it could be with the school system itself, directly with schools, or with regional and central teaching training centers for teachers, of course, or even universities. I had a wonderful visit with Fatima Jinnah University for Women today. It was incredible, their leadership of looking at the vision and mission of the university, what they want to do. So these type of partnership we do like. We do also like to increase our partnership with civil society, organization, NGOs. So
you have formed any linkages so far, or you're in the process?
We have, yes. We have a lot of them, and we need to build on them. And then, of course, continue building on new partnership to expand our work. We currently reach 80,000 children in Pakistan with our program activities, and we see tremendous benefit to those program areas. We built over 100 playgrounds now in Pakistan. What we do see is that we need the government to step up, and both from the federal, central government, we need it from the provincial government and the municipal government, that they will say that, you know, the priority should be on our children. They should have playgrounds which should be safe. They should be basketball courts and volleyball courts, and there could be places where they can actually physically be active. They should invest in training of coaches and teachers so they have the skill set to look after children in holistic child development, so their cognitive, emotional, their physical and social development will be included to the positive aspect of a child. I think these are all benefits of sport for development, and of course from our program. But 80,000 children in many ways are it's a lot of kids, but in Pakistan's numbers, it's very small.
But that's also a good step. Mr. Johan Kos, you are building so many playgrounds, you are teaching these sports skills and skills for development to about 80,000 children in Pakistan. But the international teams usually avoid visiting Pakistan because of the negative perceptions. Can your organization do anything to right those perceptions?
I hope we can. Certainly we're going to advocate for our programs, and we have done that. We advocate for the people and the opportunities, and also for the sport people. They should understand that the stories, the negative stories and the perception of Pakistan, it's a very thin layers of what's happening here. There's so much more depth and opportunities. There are much more security in the ways they can participate. So if we can do anything to promote someone to come and participate in activities. But I believe more importantly what we can do together in Pakistan is to build more programs.
Mr. Johan Kos, how important sports and what role these sports for development can play in weaning children and the youth of Pakistan away from so-called indoctrination of militancy, which is usually projected?
We have seen this in other communities, that this has a huge impact of winning them, because it gives another positive power of the best values of something in an individual, instead of enforcing fear and elements of negativism. And if you can create opportunities, hope and belief in the child's future, and seeing that that child can participate and do whatever they want, and understanding also the benefits of winning and losing. So when they lose, they're not just giving up, but they're trying again and again and again, and they set themselves and they see themselves achieving these goals. This can certainly eliminate the levels of recruitment for negative behavior related to extreme side of the society. And I think that is very valuable, because the value of the life of the child is so important.
And how those opportunities can be created in a resource-constrained third world country like Pakistan, which doesn't have enough resources to build a playground or involve children in such activities?
That's not true that you have no resources. You have a lot of resources in this country. It's about priority of resources. Is that where you want to spend the resources and how you want to build a community. And leaders can create that vision in this country and then do the right investments. And that needs to be advocated from yourself and from other media institutions, from people who can believe in building it from around the children. These things can be done, and it's very cheap. I'm a single individual from Norway, far away from here, and we have built over 100 playgrounds. in this country. This should not be a problem from any Pakistani to at least 10 times this and anyway, and you can think about the effect they can have. If you add 10 times what we have, you have 800,000, and you can have 10 people doing that, you have 8 million children in activity. You can look at this in the very simple terms. The resources are here, the skills are here. They have just to build the interest and vision.
Mr. Johan Kos, we were talking about the priorities using sports for peace and development. Mm-hmm. How it can prevent the conflict, especially in an area as fragile as Pakistan and Afghanistan, and especially in the border areas of Pakistan?
Well, first of all, we have to identify individuals in the middle where they are feeling that they're following the cultural norms, but they are interested in creating peace and non-acceptance of violence. We have to train them to become coaches and teachers and leaders in the community and emphasize the best values of sport, meaning full respect of the individuals, fair play, and all the good sides of sport. If you can then put proper training programs, identify them, and give them the responsibility to create regular activities around a safe playground and given enough equipment, of course, this will create an area for children and youth to participate in a positive element. And if they get that type of participation, they will not be recruited in other directions in their lives.
Johan Kos, you have been working in about 20 countries. What recommendations you have for the policymakers here in Pakistan to use sports for development and peace?
I think what I've seen in other countries very successfully implemented is when policymakers come in and put the priority on it, because they're looking at the child as an important investment. So they put clarity around schools, but include physical education and playgrounds and sport and after-school programs related to play and sport programs around the element. Make sure that the communities, local, are involved in the development of this, not coming from a top-down, but building it from the grassroots level. Then these structures will be functioning. It will become a glue in the society, which can create another element of excitement and participation, which people, and of course on the field of ground, nobody asks about your ethnic background, your religion, your language. I mean, people are assessed on their sportsmanship and their talents and how they can achieve and how they actually can stand up again after.
Johan Kos, your organization has been working here for the last almost 8 years. Have you found any Pakistani organization which has been working at the grassroots level with the concepts you have just described? Have you come across any single Pakistani organization so far?
Well, we have been in a situation where we have started this type of work in Pakistan, but we have been meeting and working with community organizations, with schools throughout Pakistan who has adopted the work we are doing. So we see now a lot of different organizations doing it and have adopted it. That means that we will see more and more of it in the future. And we hope to encourage and build the capacity in many more of the Pakistani organizations so they can continue doing this much broader aspects in much more provinces across Pakistan.
So, Johan Kos, what is the red ball? It's also on your logo. What does it signify?
You know what? The ball is the biggest symbol in the world. It connects everybody, and it's round and it's playful. And of course, we said that if we can bring a symbol which is so playful and so expressive in the hopes and the values and the philosophy we have. So we wrote our philosophy on the ball. Look after yourself, look after one another, which means that you not only should look after yourself, what you do in sport, but you should also have a responsibility for look after other people in your family, community, in your region, country, and the world. Okay, we have that responsibility. And sport, if you're looking at it, we are crossing borders throughout the world. If you go to the Olympic Village, and during the Olympics, there's 208 nations together, and they're all kind of eating and clapping hands and joining forces. There is no kind of animosity other than, of course, the competitive spirit with respect of one another. So we can create this. The ball becomes that symbol, and we created it red. Many reasons for that, but the one good reason is that red is a symbol of winning as well, and the winning for the right of the child is the most important, that every child should have the right to play.
Johan, one last question. Is there any international model of sports and development which can be replicated in Pakistan?
Yes, there are models in different Muslim countries. We are working in Palestine, Lower Jordan, Lebanon, and in Dubai. And it's easy to replicate, both through the educational system, community system, and sport-based systems. Very well documented. And we have successful program in Pakistan who can be replicated in any communities.
Mr. Johan Cos, thank you very much for being here on Dawn News. नाज़रीन, ये जोहान कॉस से जो बता रहे थे कि पाकिस्तान में अगर खेलों का इस्तेमाल किया जाए तो बच्चों को हम पीस और डेवलपमेंट के जो इनिशिएटिव्स हैं उसको इस्तेमाल करके शायद जो शिद्दत पसंदी के रुझानात हैं उनको भी कम कर सकते हैं और मुल्क की तरक्की में भी खेल एक अहम किरदार अदा कर सकते हैं। इजाज़त दीजिएगा नाज़रीन, अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।